guys, welcome to my office and bedroom tour video. I have been waiting months to shoot this video because I've been waiting for a particular item to arrive in the mail. But before we get into that, I kind of want to talk about why this is a office and bedroom tour. It's because I live in LA. You don't live here for the square footage. David and I live in a 2-bedroom apartment in Los Angeles. The second bedroom is used for David's office and a guest bedroom. I did have the option to have my office in that same room, but I couldn't sit there listening to Taylor Swift and then him playing his video games. I can't do it. A lot of people talk about that issue about having your workspace in the same room as your bedroom, is because you really do have to separate those two entities. Trust me, if I had the option, I would not have my office in the same place as my bedroom. So the way I've been able to separate the two different spaces, even though they're in the same room, is to, it's a given, always make your bed. 2, change out of your pajamas, and even if it's workout clothes or another set of pajamas. And then decorating the room. Decorating is so important when it comes to working from home, and love the space you're in. It needs to be decorated the way you like it. It needs to be organized and clean, because if it's not, how do you have a productive workday? I'm gonna show you guys my office and the bedroom. I want to start off with the newest item in the room, which is this beautiful art piece. I'm not going to butcher the artist's name. I'm going to leave it here and her Instagram handle so you can check out her and all of her work. Absolutely beautiful. Back in January, I stumbled upon her Instagram and I just loved all of her work. I was really sad when I found out that all of the original pieces were sold out, but I kept in touch. I checked her website. I made sure I received Instagram notifications from her account because I was hoping she would launch another series from her Daisy collection, and she did! I was so happy. This is probably the first piece of artwork that I've really invested in. I feel like it's almost like the cheesy line that we've heard in shows and movies, but this piece of artwork really spoke to me. I am obsessed with this art piece. At a glance, it looks like a scribble, which I absolutely love. But when you, of course, look at it, you can see the figure of 3 girls. And the reason why this piece spoke to me is because it reminds me of me and my sisters. You guys don't see my other sister often in my vlog. You guys have, but maybe you guys just didn't know she was my sister, but I do have 2 sisters. I always find that when there's a family and it's all girls, no brothers, only girls, I feel like that relationship is very unique and interesting. You could hate them one second and then love them the next. I just love that this art piece is a reminder of that special bond that I have with them. As you can tell, this piece is huge, and the reason why it took so long to get framed was because the frame is made out of real maple wood. So it is heavy. It is really, really heavy. I love that the image is lifted. It creates depth. You'll also notice that the frame isn't covering the edges of the art piece. I specifically wanted to showcase the edges because it looks ripped, and I like that because it gives that art piece texture. I'm obsessed. I'm obsessed. It really pulls everything together in the room. I love that it's something that I can look at every single day. She is stunning. I kind of want to talk to you guys about this duvet cover. because once again, I mean, we bought this a couple of years ago from Crate and Barrel, and I am still obsessed with this duvet cover. I love the color and the texture. David said that this duvet cover reminds him of a burlap sack, but it doesn't, it kind of feels rough on the outside. The other side is extremely soft. So when you're sleeping under it, it's really comfy and keeps you nice and warm. That fluffy pillow there is also something that we bought a couple of years ago from Anthropology. Let's move on to this tall clothing rack. Let me tell you, I could like barely reach the top, but luckily I can still stand on my tippy toes and pull things off. As you can tell, these items here, I am ready for fall. I love that there's like a little shelving here and another shelving down here for shoes. I bought this clothing rack from Urban Outfitters. I wanted something that was different than your standard clothing rack. I wanted it to showcase items. I put all of the clothes that I plan on wearing this fall in this area here. This section here is a little bit smaller, so I use this area to put outfits together so that when I, have plans with friends, if I'm going out or a date night with David, I usually go to this area here and just pick out an outfit that I've already put together. My vanity. The table and the mirror and lights are all from IKEA. I love this mirror. Once again, it's from IKEA. This shelf too, also from IKEA. Okay, when you have a bookshelf, it's really hard to not cover it with a whole bunch of knickknacks and random stuff, but I have really tried to make an effort to keeping this minimal. It really is a struggle, not gonna lie. We've got a Bose speaker here. I have this cute little postcard that we got in Korea. We had a street artist make this for us. And then this here is a cause piece. David has a whole bunch of these around the apartment that he collects, but I love the color scheme on this one. The books. How do I know what book I'm grabbing? But in all reality, it's my bookshelf and I know exactly where everything is, so it wouldn't be hard for me to find something if I needed it. I just think it goes well with the rest of the bookshelf because this room doesn't have a lot of color. If I were to flip these books, it's just a pop of color I don't want. And then I have some art supplies here. My Polaroid camera, my stationery cart. It hasn't really changed since you guys last saw it when I first built it. I have gotten quite a number of new stationery supplies and I've been very lucky that I've been able to find a home without having to buy a new stationery cart. This is still one of the best glue sticks I've ever owned. Definitely a lot more pens, which that's what I'm struggling with, is trying to organize all of my pens and markers. You guys tell me, I read something online or watched something, but it's actually bad to leave your markers up like this. It actually dries them out faster. Not quite sure if that's true, but if that's the case, I might have to get some new pencil holders. And then next we have my desk, which same thing with this one. This one hasn't changed very much since you guys last saw it. I think before I had a cup of pens here, and then I also had a plant, I don't know, somewhere around here. I've actually kept it clear. Like having all of the Apple products on the table, it just looks so nice and clean. And then of course, oh, she's not there. I thought Banana was gonna be up there, but that is her tree that we purchased last Christmas. Now I am really, really happy with my space. Like I was saying earlier, I think that's really important. Even if you don't work from home, it's really important to love the space you're in. Thank you guys so much for watching this one. I will see you guys next time. Bye!